They may be on the road, but the Bulls still know how to dress to impress. A look here as they come off the bus earlier today. And the game arrivals sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. One of the most unique sculptures you'll ever see, the Fist of Joe Louis at Hart Plaza. We're coming to you from Detroit, Michigan. Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan, and we've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony at the table with me. And the fourth member of our crew, David Aldridge, our sideline reporter. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. You take a look at the Pistons. They're down at the 7th position right now. Decent start to the season, but they're looking to make a move. And of course, the Chicago Bulls, 2.5 games back.
And checking out Detroit, they've been strong at times this season, but they still have some holes. I think they're a playoff caliber team. I just don't think they're a championship caliber team.
This has been the thought all along. They have enough to compete night in and night out, but they're not taking 4 out of 7 from a top team in this league. No way.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, the one-and-done draft requirement will be abolished very soon. In the meantime, the G League professional path has been introduced for those looking to come straight out of high school. A salary of $125,000, potential endorsements, and access to NBA development has enticed more than a few to pursue this new avenue. Kevin?
The G League continues to be a great asset for the NBA. Great stuff, David. Thank you. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Markkanen and Carter are up front, and it's White in at the point guard. And for the Pistons, they've got Griffin. Kennard is out there with Derrick Rose. Then there's Brown, and it's Henson in at the 5 spot. Well, Smitty, as we know, there's talk of playing more regular season games overseas. Good idea, or is the season hard enough as it is?
I like the balance where it is right now, Kevin. A few games you get a chance to go overseas, during the season or preseason, but just add more travel. I don't know if it's a good idea.
Rose, no good. Porter kicks to Levine. To the inside. 7-foot shot. And the nice bucket inside from Markkanen.
Beautiful find by Levine there. Takes his time to survey the floor.
White against Rose. The teardrop falls in.
That's nice work, stopping short of the rim, just laying it over the top.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Outside, Levine. Outside, Markkanen. From outside, off the mark.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And it's Brown missing. Here's Chicago. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
Yeah, and look.
Okay. An explosive, high-level athlete. You see why Zach has won multiple dunk contests.
For Detroit, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Rose, and it's denied. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Levine with the ball. Here's Porter. Some solid defense from Brown.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
Pass to Rose. Back to Brown. Top of the key, Griffin. 4 on the clock. Nice D from Porter.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling. And the Bulls had Boylan step in as an interim coach last season, Smitty, but decided to give him the keys to the car this year as well.
A surprise move as Boylan immediately was at odds with the players. Management sided with the coach. Interesting message to send to a young team looking to develop.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first.
Well, the Pistons are starting to embrace the deep ball. First year under Coach Casey, they shot many more threes. Went from middle of the pack in 2018 to 6th overall last year.
Outside Griffin. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
Point blank, this is a bad combination. If you're looking to get stops, that's not the way.
And the threes the Pistons put up last year, Steve, a franchise record for them.
Next step is they're going to have to make them. This team is still looking for the right outside threats, but they know they want to stay a team that attacks from outside.
Here's Levine following the basket by Blake Griffin. Levine with it. 23 points for him the last game against the Wizards in Washington. Here's Porter. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist.
He's a smart player, reads defenses very well. Porter will just take what you give him.
Pistons trail by 5. Passes it to Griffin. Henson in the post. Harder on him. The shot's good from Henson.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Markkanen can't get it to go. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
And you could see them losing confidence, and it turned into a domino effect. Well, the former Georgetown Hoya, Otto Porter, was on the move last season. Traded at the deadline to Chicago, who are in need of a player like Porter who can shoot from outside.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good. Porter. Smitty, as you mentioned, the need for shooters was something that brought Porter here.
And Porter has been a consistently good shooter, something he's worked on over his career, Kevin. He's young and appears to be a perfect fit for what this team wants to do in the future.
And Porter drops them both.
You know, he was a late bloomer coming out of high school. Otto Porter has really worked on his body and his shot mechanics.
Rose passes to Griffin. Back to Rose. Outside Griffin. Pass to Kennard. Over Levine. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. The Bulls leading by 3. White looking around. On the wing, Levine fires for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Levine's got 7 points in the game.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
The pass to Henson. Brown outside. Oh, that's blocked.
Markkanen with the nice block shot. His size has been a factor in this game.
Got it. Nice one there from Levine.
In case anyone was wondering, this is what it looks like when you're in the zone. He hasn't missed one all quarter.
Here is Rose. 32 points for him last game against Boston. Knocked loose. Jam!
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit.
And last year, the Bulls having issues moving the ball was actually a strength for them in the seasons prior.
Totally agree. You look at all the relevant team assist stats. The Bulls were bottom 5 in all of them. This team, they fall into too much isolation for stretches.
And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Griffin.
And he's not been as efficient this month as he had been earlier. Take a look at his true shooting percentage, and it'll show that he's gone a little bit frosty. Maybe tonight he can get that touchback.
Now here's Rose. They know he's going to give him a lift with his scoring. He's averaging 16 points a game. Kennard kicks to Griffin. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Kennard. Shoots over Markkanen. No good off the front iron.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And Brown over to help. Levine with it, picked up by Brown. 2 open that time, made it look too easy.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
Pistons trail by 12. At the elbow, Griffin. Over Markkanen. Detroit, no good that time either.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And with Otto Porter, the skills are always apparent with his play. And Smitty, you just like when he's playing aggressively on the floor.
Yeah, it's something that his former coach, Scott Brooks, was always trying to promote to Porter. When he becomes more than just a catch-and-shoot threat, that's when his game is at his best.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. Coaches talk about young players needing to experience the playoffs to understand that level. Smitty, why is that so hard to simulate without going through it?
Kevin, reasons why is in the playoffs, everything is taken to another level. Also, you're seeing this team night in and night out. They know your plays. You know their plays. It comes down to just execution, and you can't have careless turnovers or those brain freezes you have in the regular season.
Now here's Rose. Shot to stop the run. Doesn't go for him. Excellent D there from Markkanen.
I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch, but right now, he's hurting the team.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Timeout, timeout.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Steve, for players, success brings so many opportunities, but sometimes the glitz and the glamour and the lifestyle get in the way of success on the basketball court.
You know it does, Kevin. A lot of these guys have a lot of things going off the court, and you want to encourage that. It's just when anything off the court starts to affect on the court, then it becomes a problem. Some guys can handle it from the beginning. Others need to mature before they can find that balance.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Christian Woods checked in for John Henson. Tony Snell comes in for Luke Kennard. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Rose. Stolen by Markkanen. Here's Dunn, and Dunn with the slam.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Especially considering it's on the road in front of a tough crowd. They've been able to block out the distractions.
Here's Snell, after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Toomboya can't get it to go.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Alicio, no good.
Get that weak stuff out of here. That's embarrassing.
Here's Toomboya. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Galloway, no good. And so White will bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. 17-point game. Felicio, the pass to White. Back to Felicio. Shot clock at 6. He can't get that one. And it's Detroit the other way. Now, Doumbouya. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Here's Griffin. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist.
With a smile on Blake's face, it looks like he enjoys having contact before he shoots.
Now, here's Dunn. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Wizards in Washington. Young finds White. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. And the Pistons making a change here. Makers checked in. Five on the clock. Markkanen can't get it to go.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pistons trail by 15. And here is Doumbouya. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Kicks it to Snell. Here's the three. Felicio with a rebound. Chicago has gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. To the paint. Here's Dunn. Misses the layup.
A for effort, but when there's that much resistance at the rim, better find another option.
Here's Snell. Pass to Galloway from the arc. The offensive rebound. Chicago leading by 15. The shot by Markkanen, nobody around, and the Bulls with another miss.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
The problem is your opponent is making big plays as well. I'll be curious to see the response.
There's 1:54 left in the first quarter. Felicio, the pass to Markkanen. Detroit with the rebound.
Well, so far, his cold night from the field has not affected their ability to maintain this lead.
So for the Bulls, Valentine's checked in for Markkanen, and Satoransky's subbed in for White. Here's Galloway. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Wood. Pulls it from 20. Here's Doumbouya. And that one is off. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Young in the corner. Passes it to Satoransky. To end the drought. It's hauled in by Wood.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
And the dunk by Maker.
Converting through contact, Maker's a competitive kid who will not shy away.
And with Thon Maker still a developing project, you forget, Smitty, how young he really is.
You're right, Kevin. Has a lot of time ahead of him. You can see the touch and the length he has. Hopefully, he can keep working and put it all together.
That free throw good from Maker. 1:04 left to play in the first quarter. Dunn with it. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pass to Valentine. From 10 feet out. No good off the back of the rim. Pistons trail by 10. Galloway taking his time here. There's 39 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
Unforced errors. These are the kinds of things that break momentum.
Chicago leading by 10. Now Satoransky. 8 points his last outing. To the middle. Here's Young. And again, Chicago. No good. The Pistons shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. Galloway dishes to Doumbouya. Fires from 14. And so it's Chicago going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And we'll be back with you shortly. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And from what we've seen so far from the Bulls, what's your take?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
And so Satoransky will bring it up for Chicago. 17 points was their biggest margin. Wood out there with Maker. Then there's Doumbouya. Then there's Tony Snell, and it's Galloway in at the point. That's the group for Detroit right now. Down low, it's stolen by Maker. Galloway kicks to Doumbouya. To the left wing. Here's Snell. Clock at 6. Here's Wood. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Now here's Valentine. Satoransky, and good that time. Satoransky's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Bulls. Here's Galloway. No points in the game yet for him. Now the pass to Doumbouya. Nice ball movement by Detroit. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Defensively, Smitty, why do we see more full court press in college than we do in the NBA?
You know, the guards are better at the NBA level, and I think also your 5-man, who usually a guy who can't bring it up, they're pretty good at the NBA level. Just overall, Kevin, the skill level at the NBA level is better at college, so you can't really trap guys and pick on one guy who's not equipped.
First one falls for him.
Well, one area that has slowed the Pistons the last decade is their player development.
Yeah, GA, you look at their roster, very few homegrown players. The Pistons haven't had a lot of hits with their first-round picks. To be a top team, you need to have a front office that can build from within.
Brown is checked in for the Pistons, and so he makes both from the line.
One criticism of Jim Boylen before getting extended was his offense, called too slow and too methodical. He addressed that this offseason by getting a top assistant to redesign the offense.
Now here's Valentine. Back to Dunn, just 4 to shoot. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And the Bulls lead by 12. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. The Pistons shooting a terrible 27% from the floor. Boy, an off night for them, to say the least. Galloway kicks to Maker. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. And Steve, for Boylen, a first-time head coach, a smart move to shore up his staff, though.
We see a lot of coaches now hire a specialist assistant coach to delegate part of that game to. Lets guys like Boylen focus on player development and defense.
Now, here's Doumbouya. Wendell Carter unable to get his last shot to go. And here is Maker for the 3. No good on that one. Now, here's Valentine. He's guarded closely.
Boy, it was a tough year for Denzel Valentine, who missed last season with an injury. Needed to work on getting his ankle right, but glad to see him on the floor again.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And for Denzel Valentine, this team missed his versatility.
Valentine gives you a little bit of everything on the wing. May not score a ton, but he's a great playmaker and rebounder. A little bit like Draymond Green on the wing.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. John Henson's checked in for Thon Maker. Luke Kennard comes in for Doumbouya. And it's Rose in for Langston Galloway. Pistons trail by 14. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Rose, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Rose has got his second bucket.
That play was made by Derrick Rose because of his ability to play pick-and-roll basketball.
Levine kicks to Carter. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got his 4th assist in this one.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Now here's Henson. 17 points for him last game against Boston.
He was a shot-blocking nightmare out there. 4 blocks on the game and some alter shots as well.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, there's not a lot of NBA players who come from Finland. But now there's Lauri Markkanen. Before him, there was Hanno Matala, who was actually Lauri's high school coach.
Shoot.
Markkanen is soft-spoken and family-focused, but he says everything starts from basketball. All the decisions I make are based on if it helps me on the basketball court. Kevin?
Terrific attitude. David, thanks.
Well, the Pistons, one of the more successful franchises in NBA history. 3 titles and many other trips to the NBA Finals. Only a handful of franchises can say that.
Griffin's checked in for Wood. Both good from the line that time. And Smitty, you were talking about the Pistons, a history of success, of championships. But the last 10 years have been difficult.
Pistons have struggled the last decade. You're so right, Kevin. But this team has a track record of not staying down for long. Detroit doing what they can to return to championship contention.
And finished off by Porter.
Did that 7'1" wingspan come in handy? Porter, a legit threat to score anytime he gets around the rim.
And it's Rose with the ball for the Pistons. They trail by 18. They host the 76ers after this game. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home.
And the way they have controlled the glass this game, really impressive.
You know, you look at how they built this lead. It's been through extra possessions.
Yeah, the defender all over him. You see Zach LaVine in the Bulls uniform, and it's hard not to think of the trade that sent him here. He was a big part of the deal that sent Jimmy Butler out of Chicago.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. And with Levine and the Butler trade, there were a lot of critics at the time. But you know what, Greg? It's worked out for the Bulls.
And Kevin, the Bulls took a chance with Levine, and he's developed into a bright young star. Took another risk giving him a big contract after the injury, but he's come back better and stronger since then.
And Porter drops them both. We see it all the time, Smitty, the league doing more to protect the landing zone of shooters, but for some guys, they're using that forward momentum to change that landing spot. What do you think of that?
Kevin, this is a great debate because as an offensive guy, I know you see a guy launching, I might change my shot and start to go forward just in case I can get a foul if it doesn't make the shot. This is a tough call to call. It's going to be like the charge block, I think, in some years to come.
Now, here's Valentine. They lead by 20. That's the most we've seen. Just 5 to shoot. Outside Carter. Offensive rebound. Here's Porter. And Griffin sends it back.
Griffin has great timing. That's the reason why he blocked that shot.
Over in the corner, Brown. Rose with the ball. Back to Brown. Rose surveying the D. Stolen by Satoransky. Here's Levine. And Levine throws it down.
Explosive move there by Zach. Quick first step, then a thunderous finish.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
Well, last season, a season of change for the Bulls. They missed the playoffs with a 22-win season, and they did have a change of head coaches. Not the results many hoped for going into the year.
Lauri Markkanen's checked in for the Bulls. White comes in for Satoransky. Detroit's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Outside Rose. Inside. Here's Griffin. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. And it's 6 points for Blake Griffin. Smitty, as you said, the Bulls were a pick by many to compete last season.
Yeah, and this team, they continue to tinker with this roster. They made the trade for Otto Porter to be a part of their future. And you know what? The rebuild continues on.
Well, the brand new Little Caesars Arena here in Detroit. How are you feeling it, Smitty?
GA, it's a great state-of-the-art facility. Glad the new location is in downtown Detroit. Hopefully, an iconic venue for an iconic team.
For Chicago, they have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for White.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
And both free throws good for White.
The athleticism and blinding speed White possesses is impressive. This guy plays with a lot of moxie.
Here's Kennard. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Boston. Here's Rose. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Carter's got 7 rebounds in the game. To the paint. Here's Porter. Some solid defense from Brown. This Pistons squad struggling. And the jumper off target to finish the break.
Yeah, well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
And it's good, 2 points. And that's now 6 points for Derrick Rose. Chicago leading by 20. White the pass to Porter. For 3, Levine. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Now here's Levine. He's got 13. And then jammed down as it goes right over Blake Griffin.
And we've seen this before. Zach with the ability to put up points in bunches.
Detroit's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Rose against White. Outside Rose. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. From deep three-point range, they get it again. Henson, it's deflected. Pass to White. Uses the glass to finish the layup. White's got 7 points in the game.
The complete game of Otto Porter. Overplay him, and it's a good bet he'll find an open man.
The Pistons shooting a pretty pitiful 25% in this game. Offensively, they can't get anything going. Rose kicks to Kennard. Back to Rose. And stolen by White. And now here's Markkanen, the fast break chance. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
He's 6'5", but he has elite athleticism. Levine with the size to compete on the interior.
Well, you just watch Levine play, and you can see the athleticism he possesses. Greg just explodes anytime he wants to.
And guys, with Levine, the speed and first step have always been there for him. But you can see the strength he's added to his game since his rookie year whenever he goes at the rim.
2 shots.
The first one falls.
Looking at the Bulls roster, there is a lot to like. They have a great collection of talent, and their core players are all very young and improving.
Detroit making a switch here. Snell's checked in. Felicio's checked in for Chicago. That misses, so he splits the free throws. And Steve, for the Bulls fans, their hopes lie in their young core.
Totally agree. The Bulls should focus on developing that core. Have a good blend with Levine, Markkanen, and Carter. They just need to keep their eye on the prize.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
Passes it to Griffin. To halt the run, the Pistons rebound. Henson. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Henson's got his second bucket of the game to go. And here's Levine, who brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. Outside, White. On the wing, Porter. He's got 9. Markkanen trying to break loose. Off target at the rim.
His inability to make shots has not brought this team down. That shows you their resourcefulness.
Here's Henson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Detroit shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. And the first one at the line is good. A different look here for Detroit. Doumbouya is checked in for Luke Kennard. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Derrick Rose. Chicago also making some changes. Young comes in for Otto Porter Jr. And Chris Dunn subbed in for White. And he can't hit the second.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
It's good.
Playing at his tempo, his pace, he's been dialed in all night.
Detroit's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Pass to Doumbouya. Now Henson, defended by Young. And Henson with the bucket on the assist from Doumbouya. Henson's got 8 points.
He's an asset in helping space the floor. He has tremendous touch from range.
Now Dunn. Left side, Levine. There's the triple. He's still up. Now he is 9 of 10.
This has been a tremendous quarter for him. Everything he puts up now looks like it's going in.
Here's Galloway. Dunn covering. Galloway, the pass to Snell. Young with the steal. 1:51 left in the second quarter. Dunn shot's good.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Detroit's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Here's Galloway. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And there's the pass to Griffin. He kicks it to Snell. 4 on the shot clock. Griffin trying to get open. Snell, no good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Floats one. Felicio with a rebound. Chicago has gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Pass to Markkanen. Shoots over Griffin. Markkanen can't get it to go.
Not sure if that's the shot you were looking for, but it's a fairly clean look. Almost have to take it.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Very solid shot by Langston Galloway, doing it at the pro level.
40 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Dunn kicks to Felicio. Left side Levine. Back to Felicio. Griffin with some nice D. The Pistons shooting 27%. The offense is just embarrassing themselves. Here's Galloway. Chicago grabs the miss. Felicio's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And Levine, here we go. And the jam by Levine.
Right there, the burst of Zach LaVine. Once he gets a step on you, it's hard to catch up.
Pass to Griffin. Back to Galloway. He got it up, and that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Bulls out front, opening up a huge gap. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Zach LaVine led the way in the first half. He had 23 points, 5 assists, and 1 rebound. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, you could see the maturity in LaVine now. Physically, he's gotten stronger. Mentally, for him, the game has slowed down. He's proving that he could be the #1 scoring option in this league.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
Their field goal percentage reminds me of Kenny's breath. Brutal. Not reading the defense, not getting enough quality looks. They need to make major changes because the system they ran in the first half was not working.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
Ooh, that first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
And these weren't just putbacks and alley-oops. He was roaring to the rim and finishing.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. And so White will bring it up for the Bulls. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando, and they'll take on the Magic. And that's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them. And tipping off the second half, here's Jim Boylan's 5. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. And it's Carter in at the 5, roaming the paint. Buries the long-range jumper.
Great court awareness by Derrick Rose, reading every inch of the floor so well.
Now here's Levine. He's guarded closely. And Carter with the basket on the assist by Levine. Levine's got 6 assists in the game.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
The shot's good from Griffin.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And for the Bulls, they're shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. In the corner, it's Levine. Carter finds Levine. Down low. Takes it from 10. No good that time. Nice D from Rose. Here's Brown. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Bruce Brown, as a rookie, was a fantastic role player for the Pistons. Came in looking to provide plus defense and played with energy to spark the team.
And playing to his strong points, something that Brown is very comfortable with.
You know, he identified his role on the team early, something that can be hard for a rookie to find.
Take a break.
Brown keeps
Take
his
a break.
game simple,
Two
and so
shots.
far that's worked quite well for him in his young NBA career.
And he can't get the first one. And he sinks the second. Now here's Levine. He's got 23. And Brown over to help. Stolen by Henson. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. But Case has found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm." And that's what I've done. So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David. Two minutes into the second half of play now. It's good. And it's 8 points for Derrick Rose.
The defense late to react. A beautiful play we just saw.
Kicks it out to Markkanen. Pass to Levine. Detroit with the rebound. And here's Rose. 8 points for him. Plenty of space. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Levine. Oh, my goodness!
Did you see
what a
that
play?
one, Kevin? Unbelievable. So smooth in the air. It's like Zach LaVine floats up, then drops the hammer.
Now here's Rose. They know he's going to give him a lift with his scoring. He's averaging 16 points a game. Brown outside. Shot clock at 5. From deep. And it's White with the rebound. White's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. A beautiful reverse layup. White's got 11.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Detroit's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the 3rd quarter. Here's Griffin. Chicago grabs the miss. Markkanen's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Out to White. Releases. Again, Chicago.
Anytime you can set up Markkanen off the catch, you have a good chance of coming away with points.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum. Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. And so here is Chicago following the bucket by the Pistons. To the inside, White. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. And it's Rose with the ball for the Pistons. Henson trying to break free. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
Derrick Rose inside is a treat to watch because watch how high he gets off the floor.
Markkanen in the corner. Outside Porter. 3-pointer. And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Porter. A moment now to check out who's leading in the All-Star voting.
And a lot of fans and players interested to see how this thing all turns out.
You look at Derrick Rose. He's gotten his share of votes, but there are still a lot of players in front of him.
And it's just been tough in the East this year. Kevin, so many guys are having huge seasons. Even getting near the top 10 is impressive.
And we'll keep you posted as the voting continues. Now a timeout called by Detroit.
The wheels have come off a little bit leading up to this timeout. He has taken some low percentage shots, and it's killing the flow of their offense. More motion, more ball movement, that should lead to better looks for him and for the entire team.
A different look here for Detroit. Thon Maker comes in for Henson. And Wood subbed in for Blake Griffin. Valentine's checked in for the Bulls. Satoransky comes in for Levine.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And that one's good by Porter.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. White against Rose. And the pass to Maker. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Rose against White. Brown outside. Pass to Kennard. Clock at 4. Shoots over Satoransky. Detroit, no good that time either. Bulls have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And it's Carter missing.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
White against Rose. Passes to Satoransky. Back to White. To the right side. Drains it from beyond the arc. Satoransky's got 5 points so far.
And a solid playmaker, White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
For Detroit, they've gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Rose against Satoransky. And the basket by Rose. Rose has got 6 points in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
White with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. And it's Carter missing.
The defense was begging him to take that shot, and he took the bait, but you can't blame him.
And that one, good. 7 points in the game.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
Well, Chicago has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. White the pass to Porter. And Maker sends it back.
Watching him protect the rim, you never guess Maker's averaging less than 1 block a game for his career.
Here's Rose. That will fall for his 7th bucket, 7 for 15 in this game.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
White. And Maker sends it back. Rose with the ball. He's got 14. Pass to Maker. Tries it from 19. Valentine grabs the board.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And the Bulls with another miss.
And well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
Now here's White. He's got 13. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Brown, good. Brown's got 5.
And this is the time they wanted to mount the rally and get back into it.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Let's see if Coach can get them back on the right track.
Because right now it feels like the pace is being dictated to them. They need to go back to playing their brand of basketball.
So for the Pistons, Doomboy is checked in for Bruce Brown. Tony Snell comes in for Luke Kennard. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Derrick Rose. Then for the Bulls, Felicia's checked in for Carter. Young comes in for Porter. And Chris Dunn subbed in for White. Satoransky bounce pass. Can they get it? The shot, no good. And it's Detroit the other way. The pass to Doumbouya. Buries it from three-point range. Doumbouya's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Now Dunn, 7 points in the game. Pass to Young. Back to Dunn. 4-on-3 break. Here's Snell, got a piece of it. Young outside, passes it to Satoransky, out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. And a chance now to take a look at the schedule for the Chicago Bulls. On Monday, they'll go up against the Magic in Orlando. And then on Saturday, the Atlanta Hawks coming to town. That will tip off a homestand for them.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best. But if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
Here's Snell. 6 to shoot. Overdone. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss. The Bulls leading by 20. Starter in this league for almost a decade. Thaddeus Young's numbers, Greg, won't blow you away. So what is it that makes him a winning player?
I think it starts with his defense, Kevin. Drawing charges and getting deflections. His quickness puts him in a position to make those effort plays.
Here's Doumbouya after Denzel Valentine's bucket. Doumbouya and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Denzel Valentine. For Detroit, they have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
Shooting 2.
No good on that one. Good on the second free throw. And so Satoransky will bring it up for Chicago. To the middle. It's picked off. Here's Galloway. Satoransky covering. Galloway kicks to Snell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Right now, let's check out the teams with the best free throw percentage. In 4th, the Pistons.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want a foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
And they are shooting themselves in the foot here. They've lost their touch at the line. The percentage continues to drop from where it was in that first half.
Griffin's check in for Detroit. The Bulls leading by 20. 1:46 left in the third quarter. Now here's Valentine. Guarded closely. Here's Dunn. Detroit with the rebound. Fast break. Here we go. Stops. Pops. Snell. That's good. Snell's got his second bucket of the night.
You see Griffin keeping his eyes up, looking for a hole in that defense.
Chicago calls timeout. And Smitty, Blake Griffin stepping up his game in every way since joining the Detroit Pistons.
Kevin, last season was a career year in scoring, and he's doing so much on the floor. Rebounding and passing are a big part of his game now, and he's leading the way for this team in a lot of ways.
Rose, he's checked in for Langston Galloway. The Bulls also changing it up. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Felicio, and Levine subbed in for Denzel Valentine. And the shot goes down. Young's got his first 2 points.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Here is Rose. Thaddeus Young picking up that last basket. Rose passes to Snell. Doumbouya kicks to Wood. Feeds it to Griffin. And then Griffin with the dunk.
I saw that one in Griffin's eyes. He was ready to throw that one down.
The Bulls leading by 18. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Young. Outside, Levine shoots the three. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 3 assists now in this one.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Detroit's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. The feed now to Griffin. Young with the steal. And it's Dunn penetrating. Count that one. Dunn's got 9 points.
This is Dunn's game. Terrific acceleration. Very hard to stay in front of.
There's 21 seconds left in the third. Here's Griffin. 13 points in the game. One second left. And no good on the last second attempt this time. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's the Bulls delivering the blowout. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Very unselfish. If you appreciate teamwork, this is the kind of play that will get you up out of your seat.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And for the Pistons, they're shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. We've got Derrick Rose. Griffin is out there with Doumbouya. Then there's Tony Snell, and it's Wood in at center.
The height to see over the defense and the unselfishness. Terrific pass by Markkanen.
Dunn's gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 60%. Dunn against Rose. 2 points. That one goes.
A tale of 2 halves. He's really turned it around here, scoring the ball.
Levine feeling it out a bit, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Thomas checked in for Detroit. Knight comes in for Derrick Rose. Then for the Bulls, Chandler Hutchison. He's checked in for Zach LaVine. Harrison comes in for Chris Dunn. And it's Ryan Arcidiacono in for Satoransky. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. So for the Pistons, John Henson's checked in for Thomas. And it's Rose in for Brandon Knight. Markkanen down low. Defended by Griffin. Here's Dunn. Rebound, Detroit. Snell's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute played. And Henson gets it to go on the assist by Rose. And that's 10 points for Henson.
Derrick Rose moving the basketball with ease, really setting up his teammates, setting the plate for them.
Dunn kicks to Markkanen from deep three-point range, and he's good on the 3-ball.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Rose passes to Griffin. Well, Steve, we keep seeing new arenas and new state-of-the-art training facilities. As a player, what do you value more, the home court or the practice court?
Kevin, I really think it's the practice court because you spend so much time there. But a lot of times now, franchises have both, the home court and their practice facility right inside the arena. If you can have the practice court at an all-time high, something guys like and love, they'll spend a lot of time there.
Left side Rose, 14 feet away, and it's Chicago with the rebound.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yes, let's look on the bright side. You got a great look. It's a play that you might want to go back to again.
That's good from Young. A different look here for Detroit. Brown comes in for Doumbouya. And it's Luke Kennard in for Tony Snell. Both shots good from the stripe. I saw this the other day, Steve. The NBA now helping to create the Basketball Africa League. 12 teams from across that terrific continent. I think it's pretty exciting.
It is. This is an incredible story. Great for the sport and great for the people of Africa.
Now here's Rose. And stolen by Dunn. And now here's Markkanen, the fast break chance. And Markkanen throws it down.
This is the value of having so many ways to finish. Markkanen taking advantage of a wide open floor.
The Pistons have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Rose against Dunn. Rose, no good. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Now here's Rose. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Dunn with some nice D. For Chicago, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Levine, good.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Pistons shooting about 43% here in the fourth quarter.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Kennard. There's the pass to Griffin. 6 on the shot clock. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Chicago's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Young passes to Carter. Dunn with it, and it's Henson picking him up. Basket counts, and that's 13 points for Chris Dunn.
Beautiful find by Carter. Sees the floor really well for a young big.
The Pistons shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. Here's Kennard, and the shot goes in.
After a lackluster first half, he's taken charge offensively. We'll see how the defense responds.
Rose against Dunn. Carter right side. He feeds it to Young. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Rose. Looking to get back on track here, and it's good on the way up. Rose has got 4 points now in the quarter.
The last thing you want to see from the defense is Derrick Rose starting to find a rhythm with his shot.
And here is Dunn. In the corner, it's Levine. Well, a lot of progress being made from a technical standpoint. You can't escape it, Steve. Shoes now that can tighten themselves without laces, changing colors. Have you gotten yourself a pair yet?
Kevin, I haven't, but I bought a lot of pair from...
Oh, wow!
He went high.
That was nice.
Great steal to get them in transition. Chris Dunn with the anticipation, so disruptive on the defensive end.
Kennard, the pass to Rose. Here's Kennard, guarded by Levine. The shot's good from Kennard.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Carter on the wing, shoots it up. It's hauled in by Brown.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
For Detroit, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth and even 50%. Rose against Dunn. Griffin down low. The shot, no good. Excellent D there from Markkanen. In the corner, it's Levine. Shot on the wing, and it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got 11 rebounds in the game. The kick out to Rose. Steve, revenue's climbing. We're seeing some star players make $40+ million a year. Top coaches making around $10 million a year. My goodness. Do you think coaches are due for a raise, though, Steve?
You know, I think all parties involved, the numbers will keep going up, Kevin. The franchise values are going up to over $1 billion. So I think coaches will get a raise, players will get a raise, and the guys that are playing at a high level, especially for coaches, if they're winning, their numbers will go up.
Done with it, and Griffin picks him up defensively. Here's Levine. That one falls, coming off Carter's feed. And that's 36 points for Zach LaVine.
When they go up tempo and push the action, they are speaking Zach LaVine's language.
So it's Detroit now. Poked loose and stolen by Dunn. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Rose dishes to Henson. Back to Rose. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
Yeah, and the defense allowing some room here on the inside in the second half, and they're taking advantage. A lot of their points coming from in the paint.
And boy, what a year it was for Derrick Rose. And the sea of fans hoping that he would get back to what he once was, as he was electric.
Chicago making a switch here. Felicio's checked in for Carter. Chandler Hutchison comes in for Lauri Markkanen.
One shot.
Shaquille Harrison, he's checked in for Levine. And it's Ryan Arcidiacono in for Thaddeus Young. The free throw drops for Rose. And for Rose, so many had written him off, but he was a huge factor for the Timberwolves.
Rose still has a tremendous passion for the game, and it really shows on the court. His renaissance last season was one of the better stories in our league.
Just 5 on the clock. Shoots from 12. And so the ball out of bounds. Henson touched it last. Thomas checked in for Detroit. Here's Arcidiacono. It's good from long range. Arcidiacono's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
You can't afford to give him space. Those kinds of mistakes have been the story of this game.
Pass to Maker. It's a very good look and converts. And so it's Arcidiacono with it. He brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. Passes it to Harrison. Three-pointer on the way. Kept alive. Felicio. Pass to Hutchison. NBA gets headlines daily. You know it does, Smitty? Around the calendar. There's no off-season, but does the added scrutiny put more pressure, you think, on the players?
Yeah, I think it does. I think now you look at it, everybody wants to see what you're doing in the off-season. And 24/7, you look at it right now, everybody has a camera phone, and everybody is looking for the stars, what they're doing off the court.
The first free throw is good. Levine's checked in for Dunn. He hits both from the stripe.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Thomas with the ball. Rebound by the Bulls. Felicio's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Fires the 3. Chicago now working with the new shot clock. And Henson sends it back. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Bulls going the other way now. Here's Levine. And then Levine with the jam.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. 1:58 left here in the fourth quarter. Now Thomas at the top of the key. Maker. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Knight on the wing. Uncovered. Count that one.
A willing passer who's still learning. Maker keeps his eyes up and makes the unselfish play.
Here's Arcidiacono. Steve, it seems like criticism of NBA officials is reaching a very interesting level. We see players, coaches, and now even executives confronting these officials over their calls.
You know, I know we love the word transparency, but I think also for these referees, because of technology as well, we're seeing these players from so many different angles, and all we want to talk about if we're coaches and executives and players are the plays they miss. And I think that's what we're, putting too much energy in.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's how Zach LaVine reacts when you close up his airspace. He has a nice little pump fake, and he blows past you.
First free throw is good. And so Levine nails both of them.
Drafted 13th overall because of his great length and athleticism. Zach LaVine has really rounded out his skill set.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Bulls.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
Really a big-time win for these guys. They lost their first 2 games of the year to this team, so they won't be in danger of getting swept when they meet for the 4th time.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Zach LaVine.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
No way he is happy with himself right now. He knows he has to knock every shot down at this point in the game.
Right wing. Here's Harrison. He's guarded by Thomas. Stolen by Henson. We've got 33 seconds left in the game. Here's Knight. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, easy call.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Knight hits them both. .29 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Here's Arcidiacono. The pass to Felicio. To the wing on the left. Here's Harrison. And the miss, not the best shot selection there. Now, here is Knight. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Now, for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. See you later.